Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome to our new lesson of Mega Goal 4. Today, inshallah, we are going to take a new lesson on your student book, pages 86 and 87. Our lesson today, inshallah, is on Unit 6. What would you do? Student book, pages 86 and 87. Conversation, listening, and pronunciation. In today's lesson, inshallah, we are going to number 1, check the homework we took before. Number 2, read the conversation, then discuss some related questions. Number 3, guess the meaning of some new words or phrases. And number 4, the radio segment and answer with true or false. Number 5, learn how to pronounce the content words. The last part of the lesson is end the lesson with a quiz on the class point. So now, my dear students, I want you to open your student book on page 84 and 85 first. I want you to open on these pages to check the homework I gave you before. Let's go there. Before I explain some rules, and I told you after revising or after studying these rules, I want you to answer some exercises on your student book pages 84 and 85. So, my dear students, I want you to open on page 84 at first to check the exercise there. It's exercise A. Rewrite each sentence as a conditional. I told you before how to use or change the sentence from main sentence or statement sentence into conditional. As you see here, for the example, my sister doesn't know what happened, so she's not mad at me. If we want to change it, we use here if and the past symbol. Then in the other sentence, we use could, would, might, and the infinitive. We use this rule if the main sentence is in present. But if the main sentence in the past, we use the past perfect, and in the result sentence, we use would, could, might, and have, then the past participle. So the example here in the present symbol, and he rewrote it using if, and said, if my sister know what happened, she would be mad at me. Okay, so my dear students, now I want to show you the answers from number 1 to number 8, and I want you to check your answers on your student book and correct your mistakes. Okay, good. These are the answers from number 1 to number 4 at first. And these are the answers from number 5 to number 8 on the same page or same exercise. Okay, now my dear students, let's go to another exercise on page 85. Let's go there. I want you to pay attention, my dear students. As you see here on exercise B, He wants you to write what you would do or would have done in each situation. Use an implied conditional. As you see here, for the first example or the example he gave or he answered, Ali uses his friend's computer and accidentally deletes an important file. He decides not to tell his friend. What would you have done? If you were Ali, what would you have done? لو انت مكان علي طبعا، ايه اللي انت هتعمله او ايه اللي انت هتسويه؟ فهو راح رادد قال لنا I would have told my friend the truth. طيب, now let's go to another examples or sentences or situations, and I will show you the answers for them. But I want to remind you that when he asked and said, what would you have done? You use if in the third conditional, اللي هي طبعا past perfect would have والpast participle. طبعا هو انت هنا ما بتستخدمش if، يعني انت بتقول النتيجه فقط، يعني بتستخدم الجزء الثاني زي ما احنا قلنا الامبلايد كونديشنال، ان انا بتبقى مقدر ان في if في الجمله ولكن هي غير موجوده، فبناخد النتيجه فقط اللي حدث. فهو بيقول لك I would have told my friend the truth. طبعا نعرف ازاي ان هي هتكون الحاله اللي هي past perfect، وازاي ان هي هتكون الحاله اللي هي past simple. لو هي past perfect زي الجمله الاولى كده او الجمله المثال اللي هو اعطاه لنا، بيكون طبعا في السؤال اصلا what would you have done، بنلاقي would مع have مع التصريف الثالث. اما لو هو محتاج الباست سمبل الماضي البسيط او could والمصدر would والمصدر might والمصدر، يبقى هو السؤال بيكون زي كده what would you do. Okay, and now I will show you the answers. These are the answers for these questions or situations. I want you to write them on your student book, or if you answered them before, I want you to check your answers. Okay, now now let's go to another exercise on the same page, my dear students. It's exercise C. Let's go there. As you see here on exercise C, he wants you to use the keywords to write a new sentence with as, though, or as if. طبعا هو هنا عاوزك ان انت تستخدم as, though, and as if. طبعا ممكن نستخدمها في الحالتين اللي احنا ذكرناهم، اللي هي if مع الباست سمبل و if مع الباست بيرفكت. زي المثال اللي هو اعطاه لنا كده، اللي هي بيانكا is not a queen، وجايب لي تحتها behaving as if. يبقى هنقول she is behaving as if she were a queen. طبعا هو جاب الجمله الاساسيه اللي هي اللي فوق بعد if بعد as if، وعلى اساس ان الاكشن هنا في البريزنت فبنستخدم احنا الباست سمبل، انما لو الاكشن في الباست بنستخدم الباست بيرفكت. So I will show you the answers and I want you to check them on your student book and correct any mistakes and write the correct answers. يعني احنا لو ركزنا هنا في المثال الاول هنلاقي ان هو استخدم الباست سمبل، ولو ركزنا في المثال اللي هو رقم 4 هنلاقي استخدم الباست بيرفكت الماضي التام. طيب ليه هنا استخدم الباست وليه هنا استخدم الباست بيرفكت؟ لان هنا بيتكلم الجمله اللي هو معطاها لي في البريزنت اصلا، يعني الجمله في البريزنت، يبقى انا لما اجي استخدم as, though, as if زي ما احنا قلنا قبل كده، يبقى نستخدم الباست سمبل او السمبل باست. انما هنا لما نيجي في الجمله رقم 4 هنلاحظ ان الجمله بيقول لي did not see، يعني ديت باست سمبل. لما يكون الاكشن اللي موجود في الباست سمبل يبقى احنا لما نيجي نستخدم as if او as though في الباست نستخدمه في الباست بيرفكت. اللي هو had والpast participle. Okay. These are the answers from number 6 to number 9 for the same exercise. Now, my dear students, let's go to the new lesson of today. It's on page 86. I want you to pay attention and I want you to participate me to understand or know all the information in this lesson. Okay? As you see, this is the new lesson of today. It's unit 6. What would you do? Number 4, conversation. And now, my dear students, I want two students. One will act that he is Khalid, and other will act that he is ماجد. يعني واحد هيمثل ان هو خالد، واحد هيمثل ان هو ماجد، ونقرأ المحادثة مع بعض كده. محمد الشربيني، ممتاز. طيب مين مع محمد يا شباب؟ اتفضل يا محمد. مين مع محمد يا شباب؟ الناس اللي موجوده، احنا دلوقتي يعني واصلين ل 40 طالب اهوت، يعني المفروض ان يظهر معانا طالب يشارك مع زميلكم محمد ونقرا المحادثه مع بعض ونفهم ايه المطلوب منها وايه الاشياء اللي فيها. يا ترى نور يعني حل مشكله المايك بالنسبه له؟ نور الدين اشرف. طيب يا ترى معانا زياد عادل؟ طيب طارق محمد الرشيدي، الشباب اللي موجودين معانا دولت. طيب نواف سامي، الناس اللي موجوده باسفل القائمه من تحت كده ومش مشغلين المايك، يا ريت الناس اللي موجوده ديت يعني تشارك معانا. طيب اتفضل يا زياد عادل.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمه الله وبركاته. طيب اتفضل يا محمد الشربيني، اتفضل يا محمد يلا. طيب محمد, I want you to act you are Khalid, and Ziad
okay.
to act you are Majid, and read this conversation with each other. Okay. يلا محمد. محمد طبعا خالد وزياد هيكون ماجد، ونقرأ بقى المحادثة مع بعض. اتفضل يلا.
Can I talk to you about a problem I'm struggling with?
Sure. What is going on?
Well, I've been working at a clothing store in the mall for a month now. Last week, I saw a guy I work with stuffing a shirt into his bag. When I asked him about it, he acted all innocent. Then this week, I caught him taking a pair of pants. This time, he promised he wouldn't steal anything again and begged me not to tell the manager. Begged me.
So what are you going to do?
That's the problem. I don't know if I told the manager he would get fired.
Yeah, but now that you know about it, if you don't tell the manager, you will be helping him get away with stealing. He's put you in a rotten position.
I know. What do you think I should do?
The way I see it, if he stole twice before, he's likely to steal again. You can't trust him. Do you think he might even steal from the cash register?
I wouldn't put it past him.
It seems to me that you may get yourself in a trouble. If you don't blow the whistle on him, of course, that's your call. But if I were you, I would I would let the manager know.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Excellent, excellent محمد, excellent زياد. برافو عليكم يا شباب. Thanks a lot. برافو عليكم. شكرا ليكم على المشاركة الجميلة. But now I want to play the audio script to listen to this conversation again between Khalid and Majid to correct your mistakes in reading and to know and confirm the information we know about this conversation. Okay. So, my dear students, I want you to pay attention and follow on your student book, page 86, and pay attention because I will discuss some questions or some words or phrases with you after finishing. Okay, are you ready? Good. Let's start.
Can I talk to you about a problem I'm struggling with?
Sure. What's going on?
Well, I've been working at a clothing store in the mall for a month now. Last week, I saw a guy I work with stuffing a shirt into his bag. When I asked him about it, he acted all innocent. Then this week, I caught him taking a pair of pants. This time he promised he wouldn't steal anything again and begged me not to tell the manager.
So, what are you going to do?
That's the problem. I don't know. If I told the manager, he would get fired.
Yeah, but now that you know about it, if you don't tell the manager, you'll be helping him get away with stealing. He's put you in a rotten position.
I know. What do you think I should do?
The way I see it, if he's stolen twice before, he's likely to steal again. You can't trust him. Do you think he might even steal from the cash register?
I wouldn't put it past him.
It seems to me that you may get yourself in trouble if you don't blow the whistle on him. Of course, it's your call, but if I were you, I would let the manager know.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, my dear students. Now I want to ask you at first some questions about this conversation. The first question is, have where has Khalid been working? Where has Khalid been working? I will write the question on the screen and I want you to pay attention and give me your answers. Where has Khalid been working? Uh, I want a student to give me the answer for this question. If you think or read or listen carefully to this conversation, you can give me the answer. It's very easy. Where has Khalid been working? أحمد زكي تفضل.
Yes.
Ahmed, I want you to give me your answer about this question. Where has Khalid been working?
Where has Khalid been working?
Yes.
uh, Khalid have working at the clothing store in the mall.
Excellent. At a clothing store in the mall. ممتاز، برافو عليك. الإجابة اللي موجودة عندنا هنا في تقريبا الثالث اللي هي بيقول well I have been working at a clothing store in the mall. ممتاز، برافو عليك يا أحمد. Thanks a lot. Now, my dear students, I want to ask you another question. The question is, what is the problem that Khalid face? What is the problem? Did هنقول did هنخليها في الباست. What did the problem that Khalid face? I want you to give me the answer for this question. What did the problem that Khalid face? طيب نشوف الشباب اللي موجودين معانا كده في الحصة. في عندنا أحمد محمد الرشيدي، في عندنا أسامة، طيب أسامة عبد العزيز، في معانا عبد الإله فيصل، في عمار ياسر، في فراس حسن. كل الشباب دي مش موجودة. هشام إبراهيم، مروان، بدر طارق، كل الناس دي مش موجودة. تمام، برافو يا شباب، أحييكم على يعني اهتمامكم، وأحييكم على التزامكم أثناء الحصص يعني. طيب ناخد الناس اللي هي أكثر التزاما وأكثر تركيزا وأكثر مشاركة، والناس اللي هي تستحق كل خير يعني. طيب ساجدي بيقول لي هذا يا حبيبي، احنا قلنا في بداية الحصة يا ساجدي احنا في صفحة 86 وصفحة 87 كتاب الطالب. طيب نشوف كده الناس اللي موجودة معانا اللي هم ممكن يشاركوا. أنس، اتفضل يا أنس. أنس محمد.
يا أستاذ.
Anas, can you answer this question? What did the problem that Khalid face?
ما أعرف يا أستاذ.
إيه؟
ما أعرف الإجابة.
يبقى أنت ما حضرتش معانا من بداية الحصة بقى.
لسه داخل يا أستاذ النت كان جوه.
وعشان كده أصل الإجابة واضحة جدا، والناس اللي هي حضرت من أول دقيقة تقدر تقول لنا الإجابة بكل سهولة، بس الناس اللي هي حابة إنها تشارك يعني. طيب يعني أنت قدامك النص يا أنس، وقدامكم النص كلكم طبعا، كل الناس اللي موجودة، الناس اللي وصلت عددها ل 45 طالب، ولكن لم تعطي الإجابة أو لم تحب أن تشارك. يعني إن الموضوع سهل جدا، إحنا قدامنا النص قرأناه، زملائكم قرأوه وأيضا سمعناه مرة تانية، نقدر نحصل معلومات زي كده. يعني إحنا مش هنجيب حاجة من بره النص يعني. بيقول لي what did the problem that خالد face؟ إيه المشكلة اللي واجهها خالد؟ بس أدي الموضوع كله. طيب اتفضل يا زياد، اتفضل يا زياد. زياد, can you answer this question?
Yes.
Okay, give me your answer.
What did the problem that Khaled faced?
Yes.
Said kind of stealing.
Excellent.
Someone was trying to steal.
Excellent.
From him.
Who was the person? Who was the person who stole?
Right. Said the guy who he worked with.
Excellent. موجود عندنا هي في أول في السطر الرابع. او في نص السطر الرابع بيقول لك last week I saw a guy I work with stuffing a shirt into his bag. تمام، ممتاز، برافو عليك يا زياد، إجابة صحيحة ورائعة، ممتاز. Thanks a lot for you. طيب now I want another student to tell me or answer another question. At the end, did Khalid tell the manager or no, or did he want to tell the manager or no? I will write this question on the screen. Did Khalid decide to tell the manager Did Khalid decide to tell the manager about the accident or no? I want a student to give me the answer for this question. يعني هل هو في النهاية قرر إن هو يخبر يعني المدير أم لا؟ Did Khalid decide to tell the manager about the accident or no? Who can give me the answer for this question? اتفضل يا أحمد زكي.
لا يا مستر. لا يا مستر.
I want you to answer this question.
Did Khalid decide to tell the manager about the accident or no?
Yes.
Khalid decide to do not tell the manager about the accident.
At first he wouldn't like to tell the manager about this accident, but when Majid talked to him, I think he decided to tell the manager about this accident. Okay, لأنه في الآخر قال لك إيه؟ Yeah, you're probably right. لما هو بيكلمه يعني بيقول له ان على الموضوع والحادثه والمفروض ان انت تخبر مدير وكده، فهو رد قال له yeah you're probably right. طيب ممتاز، برافو عليك يا احمد. thanks a lot. طيب now my dear students, I want you to give a look at these words and give me the meaning for them. If you look here at the real top, you can know the meaning for the words, the meaning of the words اللي هي rotten و I wouldn't put it past him و blow the whistle on و call. طبعا rotten احنا لو ترجمناها بالمعنى الحرفي بمعنى يعني متعفن، ولكن هو هنا عاوز يوصف الموقف ان هو موقف سيء للغايه يعني. فعشان كده بقول لك كلمه rotten. rotten اللي هي بتساوي كلمه bad اللي هي معناها bad، يعني شيء something is bad. لو احنا ركزنا كده في النص هنلاقيه بيقول لك in a rotten position. طيب because we don't have a time, I want you to look at these phrases and words and know the meaning for them. Okay, and I want you to answer this exercise about some questions about the conversation. I want you to write the answers on your student book. Now, my dear students, let's go to page 87, exercise number 6. هنروح طبعا على exercise number 6، وطبعا exercise number 5 هنحتاجه معانا في الجزئية الأخيرة اللي هي مع class point. هنشوف بس الجزئيه اللي هي الاخيره اللي هي نمبر 6 اللي هي pronunciation بتتكلم عن ايه، وبعدين نرجع تاني للlistening على اني هنحتاجه زي ما انا قلت لكم مع كلاس بوينت. طيب هنا في البرونانسيشن بيتكلم عن حاجه اسمها content words. content words اللي هي the words such as nouns, verbs, adjectives and adverbs. كل الكلمات دي اللي هي الاسماء، الافعال، الصفات، الظروف، بيقول لك ان هي usually stressed، يعني بيحصل فيها عمليه تشديد لما نيجي نقراها، بنشددها ونوضحها اكثر من باقي الجمله. يعني لو انا بقرا الجمله ولقيت فيها اسم، فعل، صفه، ظرف، اعمل التشديد عليهم، ولكن لا اشدد على حروف الجر، لا اشدد على الارتكلز اللي هي الادوات. زي ما احنا شايفين هنا كده بيقول لك الارتكلز والاوكسيلري فيربس والبروناونز والبريبوزيشنز، كل ديت ما بنعملش عليها تشديد. طيب now my dear students, I want you to listen carefully to practice how to stress the content words. Okay?
3 experienced climbers went hiking in the middle of a snowstorm. The weather conditions are favorable for hikers in May and June. In December, the mountain is covered in snow and ice.
طبعا احنا هنلاحظ كده في الامثله، كل الامثله اللي فاتت والامثله اللي جايه، ان هو بيعمل الستريس على الناونز وعلى الفيربس وعلى الادجكتيفز والادفيربس. يعني ديسمبر، ماونتين، covered، snow، ice. باقي الجمله اللي هي in، the، is، الكلام ده ما بيعملش عليه تشديد. طيب نسمع كده باقي الجمل.
Temperatures can drop below freezing at this time of year. Most of the Mount Hood rescue workers are volunteers. There is no charge for these rescues.
طيب okay. Now my dear students, I want you to answer this exercise as a homework on your student book too, and I will check your answers or your the answers you wrote on your student book again in the next lesson, inshallah. As you see here, he wants you to match the words with their meanings because we are going to need these words in the next lesson, inshallah. So I want you to pay attention and know all these words and their meanings and answer them on your student book. Now, my dear students, let's go to the class point. It's the last part of the lesson. طبعا زي ما احنا شايفين انا قلت لكم احنا هنخلي الاكسرسايز اللي هو خاص بالليسننج للاخر، لان احنا هنحتاجه في الكلاس بوينت. ليه؟ احنا عندنا دلوقتي جمله زي ما احنا شايفين، الجمله ديت لما نسمع النص هنقول اذا كانت true او false، صح او خطا، يعني هنختار T او F ونضعها في الفراغات. طيب تمام. دلوقتي الناس تبدا تدخل الاول الكلاس بوينت، ويا ريت يكون الموضوع سريع شويه عشان نلحق نسمع نص الاستماع. يلا يا شباب، الناس اللي موجوده معانا تدخل بسرعه على الكلاس بوينت، وهرفع لكم الرابط في الشات. يعني اللي حابب يدخل كده او يدخل كده اوكي، معانا الرابط في الشات ويبقى معانا الباركود على الشاشه. طيب يلا عشان انا هشغل كده النص، فانا هضطر اخرج من الباركود اللي قدامنا على الشاشه، واللي حابب يدخل من اللينك اللي انا بعته لكم في الشات. هتلاقي فيه رابط في الشات تقدر تضغط عليه، هيدخلك ايضا على الغرفه. طيب يا سجدي اوكي، شارك، تقدر تسمع معانا نص الاستماع، وتقدر تشارك في الكلاس بوينت وتحل الاجابه الصحيحه، مفيش مشكله. يلا حبيبي. طيب نخرج بقى من الباركود، واللي حابب يدخل زي ما انا قلت لكم الرابط موجود في الشات، الرابط موجود في الشات. يلا حبايبي، انا هشيل كده الباركود وهشغل نص الاستماع. طبعا وانت بتسمع تركز جدا جدا، ليه؟ على اساس ان انت تقدر تختار ترو او فولس للجمله اللي موجوده. نسمع كده النص.
Mount Hood is the highest mountain in Oregon, a state in the western United States. At 3,400 meters, it is an irresistible draw to hikers looking for a challenge. Inevitably, some of these hikers run into trouble. Each year, 25 to 50 people have accidents or get lost on Mount Hood and require rescue. Although most of these are understandable accidents, a few result from reckless risk-taking. In one recent case, 3 experienced climbers went hiking in the middle of a snowstorm in December with minimal gear. Most hikers climb Mount Hood in May or June when the weather conditions are favorable. But in December, the mountain is covered in snow and ice. Winds up to 135 kilometers per hour whip the snow around, making it difficult to see. Temperatures can drop below freezing. As one rescue worker put it, what were they thinking? They were just asking for it. There is growing frustration in the community towards such risk takers and the danger they put the rescuers in. During a rescue a few years ago, a helicopter full of rescue workers crashed, and the rescue workers narrowly escaped being killed. Linda Carl, who lives in the Mount Hood area, asks, if someone made a poor decision, why should rescue teams have to risk their lives to save them? Why are people tempted to take unnecessary risks and do things that aren't right if they know that they can get into trouble? Most of the Mount Hood rescue workers are either volunteers or part of the local sheriff's department. There is no charge for these rescues. It is the taxpayers who pay the bill. Some have begun to suggest that people who take irresponsible risks and require rescue should be charged for the rescue. They feel it is only fair that costs for things like damaged helicopters and medical care for rescuers be paid for by the people who took the risks. What would you do if you were the local sheriff at Mount Hood?
طيب okay my dear students, now I want to see your answers. شوف بقى اجاباتكم كده، الناس اللي جاوبت. طبعا احمد زكي بيقول ترو، وساجدي بيقول ترو، واحمد محمد الرشيدي بيقول ترو، زياد عادل ايضا عامل سيركل على ترو. طيب okay, now let's see the correct answer my dear students. للأسف the correct answer is false. الإجابة الصحيحة هتكون false. So, my dear students, I want you to pay attention when you listen to answer the questions in a correct way, okay? At the end, my dear students, I want to thank you for your attendance and for your participation. Thanks a lot. And I want you to answer all the exercises I gave you as a homework, and I will check them again in the next lesson, inshallah. Thanks and goodbye.